So picture this. You're driving down the highway in the US. You're in a new car on the wrong side of the road. At least that's what it feels like. And as you're driving in this car, your family in tow, you're on your way to somewhere that you've never been before and you're excited and there's traffic. And then the dashboard starts to flash. BlueCruise available. BlueCruise available. I look at it, you look at it, and you wonder, should I push the button or should I just stick to what I know? What do? So a few weeks back, myself and my family were in the US on a kind of bucket list trip, and it was an amazing moment. We were heading out to Miami Beach. We had hired this kind of car. There's 6 of us, so we'd hired a pretty big car. And we had been given these options and gone with the car that we kind of thought would work for us. And we get on the highway to drive towards Miami, and everyone's excited. Everyone's talking. Everyone's excited. It's, after all, the trip of a lifetime. We can't wait to get where we're going. And really, for me, the car is just an A to B. It's a means to an end. I'm not expecting much from the trip on the road. Also, I'm not used to driving on that side of the road. I'll be honest. There were moments where I pulled off on the wrong side, and then I indicated the right. It's just crazy. But there we are driving on the highway in this new car. And as I'm driving, 8 lanes wide, traffic everywhere. I see a kind of big bend coming up and a whole lot of traffic in front of us. And this dashboard's flashing, BlueCruise available, BlueCruise available. Now, anywhere in the world, you'd be familiar with cruise control. That's not a new thing. I use it all the time. I like it. It has its place. And so I guess it's just this car's version of cruise control. And so I kind of look at it and go, that'll help, It'll just kind of help us position ourselves on the highway. So I hit the cruise control button and immediately I feel the car tighten up. So it's not just cruise control, it's lane assist. Now again, that's not necessarily new to anybody. Many cars have lane assist. It kind of buzzes you or forces you within the lines of the lane. And so I feel the car tighten up and I feel the speed set. And then as we get closer to the car in front of us, I notice our car braking a little bit and slowing down with like a distance it was happy with. So I realized, okay, we got cruise control, but it also has this kind of safety mechanism that keeps its distance from the car in front of it, distance control, and it's got lane assist. All this is happening, I'm thinking, super helpful. I'm in the US and it's just governing the way I drive. I'm good. This is going to help. But then it starts to flash hands-free, hands-free, hands-free. Now, I'll be honest, I've never seen that flash on a dashboard of a car in my life. And so while the family's all chatting, they're having their own kind of thing going on in the background. We've got some friends in the car and they're all catching up. I'm having my own little moments in the front of the car wondering, what does this even mean? And can I let go of the wheel? Is that what it's asking me? And so I literally have this moment where I casually look to see if anyone's noticed, and I just slowly lift my hands off this wheel to check if hands-free literally means take your hands off. And as I do, I feel the car continue to drive all on its own. True story. BlueCruise is hands-free cruise control with distance and lane assist. It's epic. It kind of became the theme of our American trip, I'll be honest. Like everywhere I went, I just spoke about BlueCruise. Even coming home, I speak about BlueCruise. Why? Because I learned something. As this thing was happening and as I was taking my hands off the wheel, as excited as I was to see a car drive for itself, I'm not going to lie, it was kind of nerve-wracking to believe that it actually would. I got my whole family and friends in a car driving at 65 miles an hour into a bend. So my hands are off, the car drives, and this car just gently self-drives into the bend, slows down into the traffic, speeds up on the other side, and off it goes. True story. Once I realized it was working, I turn around to the car and I go, guys, watch this. I literally spin around to the family and say, guys, I'm going to hold my hands free. I'm facing them in the back. They're like, Dad, watch the road. There's a corner coming. And as it did the first time, it just slowly drives itself. I say, guys, we got a car that drives itself. How cool is that? And the whole car is like, wow. So for the rest of the trip, we drove a lot. I would use BlueCruise every time it became available. Every time. I actually clocked 7 hours. I mean, random facts, but you might like this. I clocked 7 hours of hands-free driving between Nashville and Dallas. It's a 9-hour drive. 7 hours, I drove like this. I literally drove like this, watching the countryside, looking left, looking right, looking in the back, chatting to my kids, now and again looking forward, thinking about stuff that I couldn't think about if I was set on holding the wheel and navigating a new kind of a traffic space. It was amazing. But the one thing I'm not telling you, and you should know this, is as I'm driving like this, and as I'm looking left, and as I'm looking right, there's a little sensor on the dashboard that's watching my eyes. It's literally watching my eyes. And if I'm left for too long, or if I'm right for too long, I get this little dit, 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 and it causes me to resume control or to put my eyes on the road. It literally says eyes on the road. And so I realize I've got certain moments where I can look aside, look away, I don't have to touch the steering wheel. I don't have to touch anything. It's hands-free. Did I mention that part? Hands-free, BlueCruise. But what it does ask is that I keep my eyes on the road. And I use this as a leadership analogy because I've learned something really powerful in this, and I'm learning more and more as God teaches me. The scriptures tell us many are the plans of a man's heart. You're driving, you know where you're going. It says the Lord's purpose prevails. In other words, we have to be willing to let go of our plans and allow this analogy, BlueCruise to kick in, the Spirit of God to lead, His presence to guide, and allow Him to lead us. We have to, many are the plans of a man's heart. It's the Lord's purpose that prevails. The question is, are you going to allow His purpose to lead you, or are you just going to fight it for the rest of your life? Are you going to hold on to that wheel and drive like you know better? Or are you going to enjoy the thrill of hands-free driving, hands-open driving perhaps, just saying, God, I'm going where you're going. And every now and again, all He asks, friends, honestly, all He asks, leaders, listen to me, lean in for just a moment. God is not asking that you drive. He's not asking that you even know where you're going. He's asking that you have the eyes on the road that He has ahead of you. And for sure, we get distracted. We look to the left and we wonder what's going on around us and how they're doing it and what their story's about. And then we look to the right and somebody else has got our attention. Now and again, we even fall asleep. I tested it once, true story. I sat like this. I closed my eyes and I checked. I had glasses on. Can it see my eyes are closed? Like if I had a little sleep, I know the car drives itself, but can I see that? Can it see my eyes are closed? And it did. 5 seconds in, deet, deet, deet. Eyes up on the road. So here's the thing. Whether you're distracted, whether you're kind of fatigued and sleepy and just checked out of life or, seeing other things, it doesn't matter. We are being invited to take our hands off this wheel and from time to time, lift our eyes and remind ourselves what He's called us to. You've been called to great things. I need to say that. You've been called to great things. Many are the plans of your heart, but His purpose prevails. His purpose is more glorious. It's more beautiful. It's bigger than you ever imagined. We can't even fathom the things God has in store for those who love Him, according to His purpose. And so I want to encourage you today. What does it look like to release control? To take your hands off the wheel? To activate BlueCruise in your life? Let's call it to trust the Spirit of God to lead. BlueCruise became the theme of my trip. It's becoming a big theme in my leadership. Choosing to release that which I hold on so tightly to trust that He has it in His hands, and to keep my eyes on the road ahead. Not be distracted by everything. Not fall asleep on God. Not choose to get numb and check out. But to say, God, take me where you lead. My eyes are on the road and I'm ready to go. May BlueCruise stick with you. Hopefully one day you'll have the privilege of driving a car. But I pray that more than anything, you'll know that that's the invitation of the gospel, the Jesus story, inviting us in to release control of our lives to the Spirit and power of God with our eyes on Him and the road that He's called us to. Be blessed. Like, subscribe, share with a friend that you know needs this encouragement. But let's take our hands off the wheel. Let's enjoy the BlueCruise of heaven in our lives.